a 3D model, import it like that, enter the model, position and import, drag this down to the bottom, import, and there's our clock face. It may look like it's just in a plane, but that's just the way I set up the parameters. You can change the number of faces here by going over here and then hitting the F5. And I'm going to go ahead and reset the parameter. Just going to change this up to 5 faces, hit F5. You also have the capability of rotating this outer face of your clock. That's a new feature. You can line up aesthetically exactly the way you desire. And of course, every one of these parameters, including ones that are off the screen here, like the font, are changeable. Let me reset this one more time. Model, I'm going to remove the hands, change the length of the hour hand down to 0 and the minute hand to 0. I'm going to hit the F6. Because it's a three-dimensional model, it's going to take quite a bit longer. Here's the progress down here at the bottom. And don't panic if it takes a minute or 2 or 3, depends on how fast your computer is, in order to render that particular model. When it's done, it'll tell you that the model is complete. So I'll give it a few more seconds here, and we're waiting it out. This is in real time, and that was the completion of the model. We're going to go to File, Export, and we're not going to do it as an SVG. We're going to do it as a three-dimensional model in STL. I'm going to go ahead and go into a Prusa slicer. I'm going to import STL, clock square. Click on this lock button. You can type in whatever depth you want to match your shafts. There's the new model. Even if you don't have a printer that you typically think of as printing in multicolor filaments, what you can do is shift this down inside Prusa Slicer until the numbers just barely start being written in PLA. Hover over this and it will tell you about what time. So around on this 2 hours and 27 minutes, hit the pause, change your filament out, and then recontinue your print in a different color, and then it will contrast, and the numbers and the minutes will be in one color, whereas the base plate would be in another color. Another thing you can do is actually shift this scale down to very shallow, and obviously that's going to dramatically reduce your print time. So about an hour, and then you could put a shim behind on your shaft, because what you care about is the faceplate people are going to see, not what's behind the clock. And that's a much faster way to go. And you can still do the trick with the different colors filaments if you so desire. And then of course you'd export it like normal and print it. Now let's go ahead and go into CNC software. This is Vcarve Pro. I'm going to go ahead and import the model we just had and show you how you would go about setting something like that up. So I'm going to go import, and we want to do a 3D model. Import it like that, enter the model, position and import, drag this down to the bottom, import, and there's our clock face. If you've never set up tool paths for something like this before, typically people will go and they'll do a clearance, a roughing tool path, and then they'll do a final one. So if I was doing this, I'd go something like this, and we'll just use what I've got for material. I've got an in mill, that's fine. Calculate, and then I'm going to go back to my 2D view. I'm going to go to tool paths, and I'm going to do my finishing one. I'm going to go ahead and remove the 1/4 inch, and I'm going to select a ball nose, and we're going to do a 1/16 inch, which is a pretty fine one. Select, and we'll do the model boundary. Calculate, and then I'm going to reset preview and preview visible toolpaths. And there you go, you have your model. Now it did have a little quirk with the STL. The center hole, it looks like it did not cut through. That's really easy to fix. So just go back to the 2D view and go into your drawing tools, have your circle whatever diameter you want, and because we centered it, you can just go out here in the center and put a new vector exactly where you want. So There's my circle, and then select that vector and go in into a pocket tool path to whatever the depth of your material is. Calculate. Select all my paths. And there you have your clock face. And then you just set a path around the outside of this and cut it out. You might want to go in just a little tiny bit so that it cleans up those edges really, really nicely. You can just do a square and rotate it on this particular one, or you can do a polyline around the outside. So I hope that helps. Let's just take a gander at how long this would take to machine. The finishing takes almost 3 hours. Hope that gives you something new to try. Everything we had is adjustable. So you can adjust the fonts, the minute size, the diameter, the number of corners around your clock, how far everything's inset, outset, text size, and then after the fact you can go adjust whatever your shaft size is for your particular clock. You can then micro adjust the 11 and 12, and you can kind of see in this model here why I had the micro adjust capability, because the 10 is starting to touch one of those minute marks, so you can adjust that in and out with the parameters. I'm going to stop there for today and go ahead and give it a try. Good luck, and I'll see you in the next video.